I am sharing a very speedy video here of a tutorial that I created a little while ago on drafting film of a beautiful rooster. And I wanted to create a tutorial where we could use some vibrant colours, where we could actually test out some of the softer pencils like Prisma, Holbein and the Derwent drawings. I ended up using quite a lot of the luminance colours and quite a lot of the polychromos as well, and really testing the surface of the drafting film, you know, using hard pressure, using different, you can see here I'm throwing everything at it to try and create that sort of iridescent look, and it worked really well. So harder pressure, using my Tombow to kind of take things out, my slice tool to take things out. That you can see the Derwent drawing Chinese white in there as well, sort of trying to smudge everything together, because with drafting film it's very difficult to get a smooth lay down of the pencils. You tend to get an awful lot of texture in there, so using a very soft pencil to smudge everything together works quite well. This is I can't remember how long this took me, about 7 hours, 8 hours, something like that, I think maybe 12 hours. So this is sped up quite a lot. And it was really, really nice to use these brighter colours in a drawing rather than just the usual sort of animal, sort of quite muted tones. Particularly in these back feathers, which were all oranges and reds. They were really, really fun to do. And I used some Payne's Greys in there as well, so we had a little bit of blue in there that sits really nicely against the oranges. And those really vibrant colours tend to lay down beautifully, like just so nicely. They were so much fun to use. The very vibrant reds, those really, really strong oranges, and of course those the dark areas that I did with the Payne's Grey, which gave us that sort of bluey look. The line art was complicated, and actually I ended up sort of using it for a little bit and then making an awful lot of it up. You know, you can see me sort of hiding the line art there. It just gets really confusing. I use the line art for my tutorials because obviously I've got different people learning at different stages, but in the end you can see here I just ended up covering it all because it was just too much. I put bits in and then I was just like, no, I'm just covering everything up, and I found this worked really, really well. So just blocking all of that colour and really taking note of the values and the colours and all of that kind of stuff, and then working in, this is the Tombow that I'm using here and the slice tool, working those in to create almost like a shine and also the texture. Just worked really well. And you can see here I just completely lost it with the line art there. I just had enough and I was like, no, can't do this anymore, can't follow the line art, I'm just going to whack my colour in, and it, you know, it works. And this is the thing, isn't it, with anything like this, with being creative, you can use whatever you like, you can use whatever techniques you like. There are no rules, there are absolutely no rules, and it's really important to understand that you know, that's what it's all about. You do you, basically. When it came to the, I don't know what you call it, wattle, whatever you call it on here, I did use Prisma for the first time. I don't normally use Prisma purely because they're a little bit soft for me, and I brought in a little bit of the polychromos in there. And one thing that I did use for the first time was the electric eraser, which worked really, really, really well. You know, get all of that lovely vibrant colour in, and then I just dabbed the electric eraser on just to create all of those little spots, and it worked brilliantly. Look at that. So I use the Derwent electric eraser. It's the ergonomic one that has a button that you press and it goes on, and then you press and it goes off. They do another one where you have to hold the button down, and that was no good for me. It didn't work. I want one that's, if I press it, it just stays on. So that was a really nice technique, and I enjoyed drawing it, and it worked really well. You know, for the subject that I was working on. He had a really sweet little face, and using the slice tool in there as well, just to get a little bit of extra texture in there was lovely. And then again with this, I was like, oh, I don't know whether I can actually just work with this line art. So I just kind of, a little bit like painting light numbers, but I just sort of whacked colour in there and just kept on putting different colours and everything in, and then I had to hide the line art again because it was too confusing. I tend to like to work with a minimal line art. you know, and just having all of those lines in there, it was just like, oh no. Combining that purple with those golden yellows works really beautifully as well, because of course you've got the colour theory there, yellow and purple complementary colours. You know, and then just this, I think, was the Mars Black. This is a great colour from the Lightfast, the Derwent Lightfast range. Very, very dark, reddy black, just worked so nicely. And again, my fabulous slice tool here, just bringing in all of those little tiny details. And you don't have to make it exactly the same as the photograph. You can just have fun. And then Sanguine and Black. Oh my goodness, what an amazing combination of colours. I mean, really, really amazing combination of colours. Going in on the back there and then darkening everything up and then using the slice tool to kind of bring the little veins from the feathers in. It was really, really fun to do. Really fun to do. And it really worked. It worked so nicely. So there he is, the lovely rooster, lovely vibrant colours, fabulous.